Welcome to Impact Headlines. US cuts interest rates for the first time in 4 years. Eurozone PMI loses Olympics flame. Indian PMI hits lowest level in 2024. Last week, the US Federal Reserve made a significant move by cutting its interest rates by a full 0.5% to 5%. This marks the first time they've done so in 4 years. The decision comes as inflation nears the Fed's 2% target and unemployment has risen to a near 3.5-year high. According to Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, the logic behind this rate cut is clear from both an economic standpoint and a risk management perspective. Impact on Sri Lanka. The United States is Sri Lanka's largest export market. In the first 7 months of 2024, exports to the United States rose to $1.64 billion, a 1% rise from a year earlier. The US rate cut could boost US consumer demand, potentially helping Sri Lanka reduce its widening trade deficit. The Eurozone PMI dropped to 48.9 in September, down from 51.0 in August, signaling a sharp contraction in business activity as the boost from Olympics-related optimism fades. In response, the European Central Bank cut rates by another 25 basis points to 3.5%, following its earlier June rate cut to support the slowing economy. The ECB projects the Eurozone to grow by only 0.8% this year, with growth rising to 1.3% in 2025. Impact on Sri Lanka. The Eurozone is a key market for both Sri Lankan exports and tourism. During the first 7 months of 2024, exports to the European Union reached $1.5 billion, marginally down compared to the same period a year earlier. Economic growth in the Eurozone helps boost Sri Lanka's falling export earnings and encourages more spending by European tourists. India's PMI fell to its lowest level of the year in September, reaching 59.3 points, down from 60.7 in August. Despite the slower expansion, growth remains above the long-term average with rising employment and strong business confidence. Inflation also stayed below the Reserve Bank of India's 4% target for the second month in a row, with prices increasing by just 3.65% in August. The IMF expects India's economy to grow by 6.8% this year. Impact on Sri Lanka. India has become a key partner for Sri Lanka for foreign direct investment and is expected to be the largest contributor this year. India also accounts for about 65 to 70% of Colombo Port's transshipment volume. Further, India is now Sri Lanka's largest tourist source market, attracting over 273,000 tourists up to date this year. And that's the wrap for this week. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay updated on the latest developments in Sri Lanka.